Yo, what up, Ricardo? Yo, what up, Ricardo? Yo,
Hold on a second.
Ricardo.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
There we go. Alrighty. Looks like we're up and running. Dude, you're first, man. You are undoubtedly first. The echo should be good now, yeah? Echo's gone? Okay, cool. Yeah. I for whatever reason I have to like mute Chrome on my computer, or else I think what happens is the TikTok Studio or the TikTok Live Center like plays the audio through a second time, and somehow, yeah, it causes that echo. So I always have to mute Chrome, but I forgot I hadn't done that before. So should be good now. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? It's been a minute. I've been sick for the past week, so even if I had stuff to do, I was just sitting on the couch because your boy was sick as a dog. Couldn't do much of anything for like 4 or 5 days. But I'm mostly better now, so it's PC build time. Watching the president address. Oh, really? I heard about that. What did he have to say about it? That he popped up, had to skip it. All right, I guess you'll have to go back and watch it. Okay, let's talk about today's build. This is a nice little build. This is the AMD Gamer PC. This is a pre-build I have, so it's got a Ryzen 5 8500G, 32 gigs of DDR5. We've got a 1 terabyte SSD. We've got the B650 Plus Wi-Fi from ASUS. Got an RTX 5060, nice little air cooler from Thermalright, and a 750 watt power supply. So it's a nice little build, very, very capable of gaming. At pretty much anything that you want to throw at at 1080p. You can probably even throw in a little 1440p if you use like some upscaling and stuff. What up, Mr. Rainbow? How you doing? But yeah, that's today's build. Since I'm still feeling a little under the weather, I'm just gonna get right to it because I don't know how long my energy is gonna last. So we should just get right on to it. How's that sound? We just get right into building, no fluff. No messing about. We're just gonna do it. What's everyone got going on this fine Saturday? Yo, Mr. Rainbow, wish you a very happy new year. I'm paying it forward so you can get a new RAM for whatever build you're doing next. Surprise, since it's my birthday next month, I'm paying it forward and send it to you instead of getting gifts for yourself. Sheesh. Thank you so much, dude. Hold on, let me check how much that is, because for whatever reason, Mel doesn't tell me. Hold on. Holy crap, Mr. Rainbow. I don't think thank you really suffices. A $400 donation. What? What? Mr. Rainbow. That's nuts, man. Thank you so much. The rumors of the new Nvidia, the 5090 going up to $5,000. I mean, if there already was a good reason to not buy that card, I mean, that's a pretty good reason, right? But let me just get back to the $400 donation, you guys. What the heck? Mr. Rainbow, I don't even know what to say to you. That's insane. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Some plastic could peel off here. Yeah, I right, Ricardo? Right? How do you respond to that? I don't know what to say. Other than Happy New Year, everybody. Especially to me. Happy New Year to me. Jeez. Thank you. There's usually some plastic on this thing too, but it's hard to tell. Maybe not. Your happiness is your thanks to me. I'm very happy right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm very happy with that donation. It makes me feel a lot better about being sick the last week and not being able to really put out any content. How's everybody doing over on TikTok? I did say thank you. Like, I feel like I have to say it a few times for something like that, right? Like, it seems like it, you know, he's earned, you know, more than one thank you for that. What up, Warfliper? How we doing? You maybe know why my i7-13700 only gets hot in Call of Duty and not other games. Call of Duty is a pretty CPU intensive game. I mean, what kind of cooler do you have for it? And how long have you had it? Dude, Mr. Rainbow is literally the #1 supporter of this channel. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mr. Rainbow is the man. It's a liquid cooler. How big? 3 fan, 2 fan, 1 fan? And okay, that's good. And how long have you had it? You're not doing so good? I'm sorry to hear that, man. What's going on? You bought it on Facebook, the PC. Not so good. Oh wait. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, you removed it. Okay. Stuff still looks neat and stuff. Well, depending on how long it's been on there, one, the thermal paste might need to get replaced, because you do have to do that every year or two. So if you've never replaced the thermal paste on it, then that's a good start. And also, how hot is hot? Like, and what are you used to monitor the CPU temp? Because the game doesn't show you CPU temp; it just shows you GPU temp. You checked the thermal paste and stuff already? There you go. On Steam, there's a setting for CPU and GPU temp that's new on Steam. Oh, interesting. What sort of temps are you seeing? I forget that people play Call of Duty on Steam. Oh, I thought this was like open because the box is kind of ripped up, but I guess it's not. 80 to 100, that's pretty hot, assuming it's in Celsius. Yeah, if your thermal paste is good, and everything's clean, yeah, that could be a problem. A 3-fan AIO should not be getting that hot. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, even 80 is too hot. Like, you really don't want it to be getting into 80 because you're gonna start seeing some throttling of your system a little bit. Jeez, why was that such a loud click? That's scary. Looks fine. Gosh, that's such a loud click. That's scary. I don't like that. Jeez. Making those RAM slots a little tight. Everything looked fine when I pulled it out, though. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, pins being bent wouldn't really cause that. Like, pins being bent, like, you likely wouldn't even be able to start it. So yeah, you check the thermal paste, make sure it's all clean. I mean, if it's getting hot like that, you know, it's one of two things. Either you have bad airflow in your case, like you don't have good enough airflow in your system, or your pump could be having problems. Bent pins isn't going to change the temperature, really. The 265K, I mean, it's a solid CPU. Like, you get a lot of cores in it. You know, it's perfectly capable of gaming. It's going to be really solid if you're doing a lot of, like, workstation type stuff, or if you are gaming and streaming at the same time, because it's got plenty of cores to do all that. I mean, you know, in comparison to like a 9800X 3D or something, you know, it's not quite as good at, it's not going to get you quite as good of FPS, but like it's a solid CPU. I mean, yes, it is a 16 core, but like most of those cores are efficiency cores. So realistically, it really shouldn't be getting that hot. Like that, a 360 millimeter AIO is definitely a good size for that CPU. I would think it's one of two things. Either you don't have good enough airflow in your system, you know, not knowing what it looks like, I couldn't really tell you that, or your pump might be having troubles, because those pumps do fail. I just need too many things to finish my PC, and it's RAM and GPU, and the savings I have not even close to the price point, not one bit. Oh, that's a bummer. How we doing, Crazy Ben? On my CPU, there's like a triangle block. Wait, like the actual block that sits on top of the CPU is triangular? Is that what you're saying? That's the same motherboard you have right now. It's a really good board. Yeah, it's really solid. And it's pretty reasonably priced. Like, it's like 150 bucks right now. Oh, I forgot to update the specs command. Whoops. Don't type in exclamation point specs. I forgot to update it. Oh, on the AIO, there's a picture of a triangle block thing. Yo, what up, Mark? Triangular block. I don't know what brand that would be, to be honest. Game Dios, maybe? Is that who that is? Or Montec? I'm trying to remember. Usually somewhere on the radiator or something, it'll tell you what brand it is. Happy New Year. Hey, thank you too, Mark. How you doing, Alta? Almost looks like the Cooler Master picture. Yeah, but I mean, regardless of what brand it is, even if it's just an okay cooler, you know, a 360mm AIO, if it's working, should keep that CPU pretty chill. So, yeah, I think if you've already checked that the thermal paste is good, then it's either airflow or it's an airflow issue, or it's a pump issue. So I would, you know, check and see, like, you know, what kind of airflow do you have in your system. You could send, I just got that all over my finger. You could send me a picture on TikTok if you want for the airflow, but I would check that, and then check your, you can check in the BIOS what your pump speed is, typically. And that will give you an idea of if it's working properly, because if it's not working properly, it'll be probably pretty slow. And you might even hear it too, like if it sounds funny. Oh my god, I just keep getting more and more thermal paste on my gloves, you guys. We're struggling right now. At this rate, I'm just gonna have to change my gloves out. The CPU in this is a Ryzen 5 8500. What up, Husk? How we doing? Happy New Year, man. I'm doing pretty good. Just getting over being sick. It's not fun. It's like 5 straight days of just pretty much being just stuck on the couch because I was not feeling good. What the heck happened? How did that get all over my hand, you guys? Like, is it all over this thing too somehow? I feel like I need to change out my gloves. This is nuts. I have thermal hands now. That's right. I'm gonna get a little drastic here. Get a little rubbing alcohol and a reasonably clean cloth. Oh yeah. This is the kind of thing you don't want to do without gloves on, because, you know, chances of having a cut somewhere on your hand is probably pretty good. Maybe that's just me. All right, there we go. Now they're clean. These ads keep popping up in like uninvited guests. The worst thing is I need to finish my build. There's a RAM and a GPU. Yeah. I mean, GPU prices are still pretty solid. Like, those haven't been going up, but it is the most expensive part. And RAM prices are insane. Yo, thank you for the rose. What's the biggest CPU I've used? Actually, I just built my brother a server, and he put a like a Threadripper in it. Specs for this PC: it's got a Ryzen 5 8500G, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. I've got an RTX 5060 in it, and 750 watt power supply. Yeah, unfortunately the ads are how I make money on that platform, so. Hey Ben, thank you for the follow. Is that Ryzen 5 5600 solid? Yeah, it's still a good CPU. Nvidia announced that the 5090 is going from 2K to 5K. I did see that. I don't remember that it was Nvidia that announced that. That was not an Nvidia announcement. That was one of these companies that like follows news and trends and stuff. That said that those are the prices you're gonna see. But yeah, we'll see. What up, Andy? Welcome in. Yeah, it's definitely speculation. It's not. That was not an announcement from Nvidia, but yeah, I mean with DRAM chips going up in price, I mean there's a lot of RAM that goes onto a GPU, so yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, it just means that the 5090 is even less worth it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, having a 5090 would be cool, but at what point do you just say, these prices just really aren't worth it, you know? It's good to see you too, man. What up, Killa? Hey, thank you for the follow. Happy Saturday. Hey, happy Saturday. Happy New Year. I haven't streamed since before the New Year. Hope everyone's having a good time. All right. CPU optional, CPU fan right there. Skeptical because we still got stock of all RAM. Well, there is very limited stock of RAM right now, which is partly why the prices have gone up, because they've stopped making a lot of RAM. They're mostly just making server RAM, not consumer RAM. All right, there we go. There's our motherboard. Came up on the YouTube feed, found me on Twitch. Hey, thank you. Yeah, did my Kick feed like not connect or something? It says it did. Serviced a PS5 recently. Client said that they might have caught a virus after the save transfer. Interesting. They think you gave them a virus or something? Never heard of anyone getting a virus on their PS5 before. I haven't seen like everything go completely out of stock. Like, it's not like the GPU shortage was in previous years yet. But it's been confirmed that all of that, like Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron are all making significantly fewer consumer RAM chips than they were before. And they're devoting most of their manufacturing to, why is that not even installed? To server RAM instead. So, like, it is definitely a shortage. It's just not, you know, not available, which is why you can still get it. It's just really expensive because they're not making enough to keep up with the demand. So by changing the price, they, you know, reduce the demand. I have a 36 AI cooler. Is it good? Iota? I have never heard of that brand. The specs of the PC I'm streaming on. It's a little bit older. It's got a 12700K and an RTX 3070 Founders Edition with 64 gigs of DDR5. Oh, it's not set up for ATX. Hold on. Need to throw in a couple extra. Nowadays, you need a mortgage to get a PC? Not necessarily. You just have to be a little bit smarter about what you get. What up, King Helios? How we doing? Client has a very low level of technical understanding, which likely led to incorrect assumptions. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. All right. I need this guy. I need to put a couple of standoffs in. I'm doing pretty good. Just getting over this sickness. Still feel like I don't have a lot of energy, but other than that, I feel pretty solid. Really? Don't want to go in there? Come on. Why are you just spinning instead of going and getting into the hole? What the heck is going on? Hold on. Let's try this. Down here, wonder where to find 64 gigs of DDR5 without a down payment. I don't know. I bought the kit that I have that I put in there. I bought quite a while ago. Jeez, this standoff really doesn't want to go in there, huh? I don't understand what's wrong with this hole. Gotta go again. Last minute customer call for a PC repair. All right, man. Good luck. Trying to see if I can figure out what's going on here. If I just kind of brute force it. There we go. I think I got it that time. Nope. Oh, I did kind of start getting it. Okay. Well, here we go. Make sure it's tightened down all the way. Well, as good as we're gonna get it. Well, I guess I have to go back to work. Bummer. Good night, Husk. Enjoy work. Okay. These all look nice and lined up. Start buying motherboards and power supplies on sale. Oh, really? You like gonna try and resell them, or what's your game plan with that? Just got the Fractal North wood case yesterday. Those are super cool. That's actually, so when I was saying earlier, I built my brother a new like server. He's using it for like a Linux server over Christmas, and that's what he built his in. I love those things, man. He got the XL. It's like the big boy, but I really like those cases. While some people are hunting for RAM during the price crisis, you're looking in the opposite direction. Yeah, but what are you going to do with all of them? All right, motherboard is installed. There we go. YouTube knew I wanted to build a PC. They know you. They know you better than yourself. All right, let's swap to that. And let's get Lazy Susan up here. No, for such a light build, I probably don't need it. They know too much. Basic economy, buy low, sell high after the crisis. Yeah, but who's to say that like power supplies and motherboards aren't affected at all by this, by DRAM shortages? I mean, I guess there's always the chance that they go up in price at some point, just because people aren't buying stuff. But there's no RAM in either of those components, so I don't see why they would go up any significant amount. Okay. PC's a 5070 Ti and 7800X3. What kind of monitor should you get? 1440p. Like 1440p, 180 hertz or something like that would be really solid. Either like a nice IPS panel, or if you want to spend more money than that, you could get a 1440p OLED monitor. I've read your other message, but I didn't see this last one. Hear me out. I want to know if this AIO really good. I told you earlier, Warflapper, I've never heard of that brand. Okay, got all that in there. Let's get this USB cable plugged in. Depends on what you're playing. If you're playing competitive esports. All right, looks like we're back. My internet has been having troubles the last week or so. I called and they thought they might have sorted it out, but it turns out they definitely did not. Oh, looks like I get to call my internet provider again. I called them the other day and they're like, oh, it looks like your modem needed a firmware update. I was like, okay, great. So they did that and they're like, hopefully that'll fix it. And it worked fine yesterday. But today we're having problems again, it seems. Is my YouTube stream back on? Okay. Gosh, that's so frustrating, man. Oh, but now my chat isn't connected anymore? Oh, I hate freaking internet problems. Oh, also apparently Kick has not been connecting at all. So that's cool. Sorry, Kick, I didn't mean to ignore you guys. So dumb. All right, I'm good on Twitch. It's good. What up, Gentry? It's not the modem. The modem's brand new, dude. The modem is like a month old. And it's a good one, and it's one that they recommended to me. So yeah, I have no idea what the problem is. We had the same problem over the summer. They had to have like techs come out like 4 times before they finally fixed it. So they better be able to figure it out faster than that this time. It took them months to do it. Do you like nano leafs, or do you think they're tacky? I think they look kind of cool. I don't know that I would personally spend the money on them, but I think they look cool. Yeah, it's super annoying. Found me on Kick too. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is with my internet. It's definitely the ISP right now. It's not me, but I've got all new, pretty new hardware. And I can see it when it drops out on my modem. It like doesn't, it's not fully dropping out right now. Like it used to do that this summer, but like one of the lights goes from blue to green when it drops out and then comes back after like 30 seconds or a minute. But it's pretty dumb. Pretty freaking dumb. I can see text now because I went in and pulled up all the individual chats. They weren't reconnecting on Meld. TechWorks, I forgot to update that command for this stream. So that is not actually the specs of this build, unfortunately. Randomly found your live while scrolling through shorts. Your PC looks awesome. Hey, thank you. It's coming together. Okay, we're good there. All right. Decent gaming monitor. I'm gonna go shopping for one tomorrow. You looking for 1440p, 1080p? What are you looking for? I can see text. Currently only have a laptop that's starting to struggle. Uh-oh. No, I told you, yeah, it's the LTT screwdriver. I told you I had never heard of that brand before, man. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I can't tell you if it's any good or not because I don't know the brand. Yeah, I responded to that question twice already, at least. Like, you told me the brand in that like original message, and I was like, I don't know that brand. I've never heard of it. I mean, me looking it up isn't gonna do any good. I don't have any experience with it. I mean, looking at brochures and stuff isn't gonna help. So like, me looking it up isn't gonna give you any more information than you looking it up. All right. And I'm not going to look it up while I'm building a PC either. All right. Here's all of our power cables. Let's do a little bit of cable management here. Go either way. Got about $400 to kill. Then I would say you're not quite in the price range of a 1440p OLED, unless there's a crazy sale somewhere that I haven't heard about. So I would say, 1440p IPS panel, like 180 hertz or something like that. That's going to be in the realm of like maybe $250, $300. That'll be a really solid monitor for you. Hey, $83 is kind of expensive for an off-brand cooler. Yeah, no problem, Gentry. Hey, you're welcome. It's like you can get a Thermalright cooler for $50. Maybe $60 if you get the newest one. and Thermalright makes really good stuff. Goofy with 33 months of subscription. Holy cow. It's almost 3 years. Thank you, Goofy. Appreciate you, dude. What up, MJ? Sorry, yeah, the exclamation point specs command is wrong because I forgot to update it. I know, it goes back a lot longer than 3 years. Isn't that crazy? I know, your follow age on Facebook is probably like 1,400 days or something crazy like that. What up, Dart8? How we doing? Oh, Goofy. Yeah. I mean, I can barely believe it, and I saw it come in, but someone dropped a $400 donation in here, Mr. Rainbow, on YouTube today. It's crazy, man. I can barely believe it. You have a lot to know? What? I don't understand what you're saying. $3070 Ti or 6700 XT? Ooh, probably 3070 Ti. I've never looked at a direct comparison of those two, but my gut says 3070 Ti. Thing only control RGB? I think it does. Okay. They run me games 2K or higher. They can run games at 2K for sure. If you want to run something at 4K, yeah, you're gonna need something more powerful than either of those cards, but I mean, 2K gaming, like I've never gamed at 4K. I've always gamed at 1080 originally and then 2K for a long time, and I have no complaints. I feel like it looks really good, so I mean, I don't see a reason to spend a bunch more money if you're, you know, already looking at older cards. Believe it because you're worth it. Hey, thank you, sir. All right. Okay. This is RGB. Do we have another RGB header at the bottom? We sure do. Jesus doesn't skimp. There's even a 12-volt RGB header on here. Okay. And then I just saw this actually has a SATA power header for that hub, so let's get a SATA cable out here. Gifted your old PC to your nephew for Christmas? Nice. Is he enjoying it? Okay. Haven't had a chance to set it up. Okay. That's the one. Does that one still have a 3060 Ti on it? Nice. What up, Walking Phoenix? I mean, I don't have any trust issues with that brand because I've never even heard of it. So like, I have nothing good or bad to say about that brand because I've like never come across it in my life. So I don't have anything to say about it one way or the other because I've never heard of it. And like me looking it up, like I'm not gonna find any information that you can't find, you know. And you already bought it and you're already using it, right? All right, power supply. I'm doing good, Smoke. How are you? Just trying to get over this cold or whatever thing I got. Feels more like COVID, man. It's lasting for so long. Fixing to be in the market for a new PC? Yes, sir. Let's get together. Let's talk about it. Did upgrade the CPU, motherboard, and GPU a few years ago. Oh, we did. There we go. Got my first build together, 7800X3, 9060 XT, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, that's a great setup, dude. It's pretty impressive what some of those, like, even the lower tier cards can do nowadays, you know? Oh, well, I mean, if you haven't used it yet, I would just return it and order something from a brand that's more reputable that people know about, you know? And save some money. If you can still return it, return it. Like, go get a Thermalright for 50 bucks. Get yourself a few dollars back, and then, you know, that's more money to go towards your GPU and RAM. Learn most of it from me. Hey, love to hear that. I've seen all the wacky half-done builds for thousands of dollars. Rather just go through you. At least I know I'm getting top-notch when it comes from you. That's right. That's right. All right. Got all this stuff in here. Let's see. I'm gonna squeeze that back through there. And up through here. Just like that. Okay. Okay. Let's tie the CPU power thing down. Well, then why, if you looked it up and it's good, then why are you asking me? I don't understand what you want me. What are you asking me for? Got me a super weird little streaming setup. Got a 5700X and a Quadro P620. Oh, interesting. How's that GPU work for you? Using a Pro Series GPU. Love to see it. Why a 9800X 3D? Oh, so the specs is wrong. That's from a different build. It was actually a 9700X, not a 9800X 3D. So I messed up my specs list twice, technically, I guess. But he said he didn't do a lot of gaming, but he wanted a good CPU, so we got him a 9700X. He said he mostly does like workstation stuff. But I messed up on what I put in there. So 2 builds in a row. We've not done a great job with our specs command. Need to clean my cables up a little bit in the back, but we won't tell anyone. Yeah, exactly. Who's gonna see it? You know? Who's gonna know? All right, so got all that in there. When you're asking somebody who's building PCs for a living for advice, always take their advice because they have experience. You can save a little bit of money, go for it, save some money. Exactly. 5700 XT does the gaming and a P620 does the encode. Oh, so you're gaming strictly off of the CPU? Interesting. Very interesting. How's that deal? Like, what kind of games are you playing? AMD GPU, the P620. How old is that thing then? Because a Quadro, I believe, is a Nvidia GPU. Like that's an Nvidia GPU line. Oh, you have 2 GPUs. Now that's sexy. That's just sexy. It's pretty smart though. Like, I know some people who have done that with like dual Nvidia GPUs, and you just get like a little like 50-50 or something, or a 30-50 to run your stream, or even like a 16-50 to run your stream. And then you can use the main GPU to encode. It's pretty cool. You had any issues with that or no? Like, or was it just a little bit of more work for the initial setup? P700XT is awful for streaming. The Quadro handles it so much better. Oh yeah, for sure. Works perfectly. I love that. Playing ESO right now. Took a few years off and now I'm back on. Build a new character. Gotta say I love this game more and more every time you play it. ESO. Why can't I think of what that is? All right, there we go. That's all good back there. Let's get our GPU in here. CPU and GPU in this build is a Ryzen 5 8500G, and then the GPU is an RTX 5060. Getting ready to build my own PC, 9800X3D with a 9070 XT. You live next to a micro center. You lucky bastard. I'm so far from the nearest Micro Center. It's very sad. NVENC just can't beat the other than AV1. Yeah, it's true. That's cool though. That's a sweet little setup. No, it's AM5. It's an 8500G. 8000 series. I wanted to build a 7500 FB580, but the DDR5 RAM is what's going to give me doubts. Yeah, it is really tough. I mean, you could get like a 16 gig kit or something, and save yourself some money. Like, it's still not going to be cheap, but that could be a way to get your foot in the door until, you know, RAM prices settle in a year or whatever it's going to be. Wait, you want get one what? A GPU? No, he's using both, man. Okay, let's get our GPU in here. Speaking of GPUs, I need to take this out. X874, 9800 X3D, 32 gigs of RAM cost you $700 with a Microsoft bundle. That's not bad, considering that CPU alone is like almost 500. Okay. Grab a couple of these guys. Bolt this baby in. How much was the RAM? These were some kits that I bought prior to the RAM going completely crazy. So they were about $230. Still not cheap, but not $350 or whatever they are right now. Oh, Elder Scrolls. Gotcha, yes. I know a lot of people love that game. Three-fan 56 Ti, 5060 Ti is better. Better than what? What's in this system, or what? Or just better to have 3 fans with the 5060 Ti. I mean, the 5060 Ti doesn't create a ton of power, so I don't really think you need a 3-fan model for that one at all. I mean, if you can get one for the same price, like, yeah, 3 fans is always better, but... Alright, there we go. That's a little dumb. What up, Jay Purdue? Thinking about getting a new PC. What's it going to cost now? Basically the same thing as Q. It'll probably be an extra few $100 compared to what you paid for his, because of the RAM and SSDs. All right, chat. There it is. There it is. Get this back panel back on there. Come on. All right. No, those are not the right specs. I messed up I forgot to update the specs. This has a Ryzen 5 8500G and an RTX 5060. Extra 200 to 400. Yeah, something like that. 28 minutes and you're done. No, what happened was my internet dropped out. So we're about an hour in. My internet dropped out, and so it probably reset the time on the stream. I need to call Sparklight, my internet provider, again and figure out what the hell's going on with our internet, because it's been doing that for the past week. And everyone keeps trying to get me to have it optimized. I tell them it wasn't necessary. Yeah, there's no need to. If you sit on Marketplace, you can find new RAM cheaper than what's in the store. Yeah, but then you have to worry about if it works. What's typically a good price range for a nice i5 with a 4060 or 5060? Like from me, if you want like a i5 or well the Core Ultra 5 245K with a 5060, right now probably like $1,500 bucks with shipping and taxes and everything. Maybe like $1,400 bucks, something like that. Do you think there's a difference when gaming on 6,000 mega transfer versus 5,200? There's going to be a little bit, but you can totally get away with 5,200. Like you'll still be able to go. It's one of the more budget friendly cards, or CPUs for AMD AM5. It's like $50-$60 cheaper most of the time than like the 9600X. Yeah, I'm on Twitch as well. PC build's going good, Zen. We're almost done. Well, I mean, technically I am done. We haven't fired it up yet. Oh, really? I built one for a buddy that you game with? That's awesome. You're on Twitch now. Let's go. You're probably the only one. Twitch is a little quiet most of the time. Now you're on YouTube. Okay, okay. Relax. Relax, buddy. Do you think an 8400F would do good when simultaneously gaming and streaming with it? 6 cores is not quite enough, in my opinion, for gaming and streaming. Like, you can probably get away with it. It just kind of depends on how much stuff you have going on the background of your stream. Because your GPU is going to do the encoding, right? So your GPU is going to be taking the bulk of the load for streaming, which is encoding the video. But, you know, if you have like animations and if you have music and Discord, like it kind of just depends on how much other stuff you have going on in the background on whether or not a 6-core CPU will be okay. That's really the only concern. So if you are like have pretty minimal, like if you literally just have like Discord, the game, and your streaming software up, and assuming you use like Meld or OBS Studio that doesn't use a ton of CPU power, you could probably get away with a 6-core CPU. The 9800X3D and a 4080 is a great combo. No question about it. Kill management's good. You just gave up. Yeah, just don't look at it. Just don't look at it. All right. Who's ready for the first ever power on of this AMD Gamer PC? Here we go. I can't see what's happening on the screen because I had to put up all the chats because Meld stopped working. Do you think it can perform good with the 7500F and the 8400F are going to have the same problem. The it really just comes down to the fact that they only have 6 cores. Yeah, I mean, that CPU, yeah, that'll do just fine. You have a 7600X and a 4060 Ti, would be fine streaming with those components. Same issues then, like the 7600X only has 6 cores, so gaming and streaming on it, if you're playing things like Call of Duty or like, you know, intensive games, it could struggle depending on what you have going on in the background. Yeah, you should, man. You should take a little time, see if you can clean it up a little bit. Fortnite's not too bad. It's not too bad. No longer slumming it with the 3070. And you got the 9800X3D because you couldn't find a MSRP card. Nice. Will you feel the difference between 4.7? I don't know that you'll feel the difference. You might notice a slight change in FPS. But I doubt it's not gonna be anything super major. 9600X is like $10 more than the 7600X. It is. We've had a lot more people requesting DDR4. I bet, because it's like less than half the price. Up until a few months ago, there was no real reason to go DDR4 because the prices, like unless you were doing a super cheap build, it just made more sense to spend a little bit extra and get on AM5, get DDR5 RAM, and have that upgradability over time. But now, not so much. Oh, 700 FPS is insane. Is there any advantages to undervolting 4060 Ti? I'm not sure. There could be. Most people I know undervolt their AMD GPUs. I don't know as many people that are undervolting their Nvidia cards, but the problem with GPU overclocking tends to be a lot less stable in gaming these days. So, personally, I don't overclock my GPU or touch it. I keep it as on default. The 3070 is a great card. I'm streaming right now off of a 3070 Founders Edition. I've been using it since it came out. How about with the FPS change? Yeah, like I think 10 FPS is probably about right. I mean, it kind of just depends on what games you're playing, Warfliper. And what sort of FPS you care about having. And what you're running in the background. Bought my CPU, motherboard, and RAM at Micro Center 6 months ago, and the RAM was like $80, right? Isn't that insane how much it's changed? Sorry for busting a lot of questions to you. I'm in a parts buying crisis. Hey, no problem. Let MSI Afterburner set a curve and it runs great. Yeah, you could always do that. Samsung 990 1TB was $69 in August. It's $192 now. Yeah, and I don't really like Samsung. You're mostly just paying for the brand name these days. I was complaining about a $200 upcharge for 64 gigs of RAM, and now you're like, that was a steal. You had to step away, sorry. Would an i5 build be able to run OBS and COD? Yes, so like if you got the 245K, I have one sitting over here. So the reason why is Intel uses all these E-cores, right? So this 245K has 14 cores. So it has 6 performance cores and 8 E-cores, which means all of those E-cores are gonna be laying around waiting to do all the OBS stuff. And then the performance cores will be running your game. So it will perform really well. Yeah, totally Pop Smoke. All right. Well, I mean, the build is done. We're good to go. I think it's time to, for me to, you know, get software and stuff on this thing, get it all updated and ready to go. I think it could, Jose. I think it could. This is the Sama 3509. It's like $60. Your build is a 7800X 3D, 64 gigs of RAM, 4070 Ti Super, 4TB SSD, same motherboard. Be Quiet case. I love Be Quiet cases, man. Yeah, exactly, Warfighter, which is like the type of thing you don't want to happen when you're gaming and streaming. Okay, dude, sounds good, Smoke. The AX20 case is great. I've used that several times. This is kind of like my backup. I use the AX20 sometimes on these gamer PC builds, but lately the Antec has been kind of hard to find sometimes. So this is like my backup for that case. Dude, Be Quiet makes some really cool cases. Hi, I don't know how to say your name because it's in a different language. All right, y'all. I think it's time we shut this stream down and I get to the fun part, and by that I mean the not so fun part, of putting software on the builds and getting it ready to ship out. Okay? All right, y'all. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend. And I'm not sure if the next build is going to be ready before I leave for CES on Tuesday. But hopefully we'll have another build here real soon. If it doesn't happen before CES, it'll be like the end of next week. But yeah, it's gonna be a cool one. I think you guys are gonna like it. We're doing a digital camo paint job on the case, which is gonna be sick. So yeah, CES is Tuesday. And I'm gonna be there. I'll have a video guy with me to film, and we'll be putting out some content on it. So, you know, make sure you guys are all subscribed everywhere. I need to look. I'm only gonna be there for 2 days, so I don't know if we'll get to see all of like the keynotes and stuff, but we'll see. Good night, Mr. Rainbow. Thank you again. Have a good new year. Hopefully you're already having a good new year. And go enjoy some gaming. Or maybe for you, bedtime, because it's kind of late over there. All right. Oh, you're from Bangladesh. Nice. All right, y'all. Have a great night. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Okay, bye, 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 bye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.